I see so many people making this mistake, and yet they don't understand that it's the reason why they'll never be rich. Hey guys, welcome to this video. If you're new here, I am Z, and today I've summed up 10 of my favorite lessons from this amazing book by Robert Kiyosaki, which I believe can turn you from an average person to somebody who's pretty much wealthy. I will be doing another video on habits that keep people poor, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on that. The first thing you need to do is that you need to pay yourself first. So every time you get any form of income, be it your salary or an allowance, you need to take about 15 to 25% of that income and put it towards your savings or investments. By doing this, you guarantee that you put money into your savings at the start of the month instead of paying yourself last, which doesn't guarantee that you have money in your bank account. Think of it as every time you spend money, you are making someone else rich and in the process making yourself poor. Lesson number 2 is that you need to stop trying to look rich. What I mean by that is that stop spending your salary on luxuries. I see so many people who have nice clothes, the latest phone, a beautiful car, and yet they don't even have a cent in their bank account. If you can't afford to save money, you cannot even be thinking about spending your own salary, your own money that you worked so hard for to buy nice to haves. In order to become rich, you need to acquire assets and not liabilities. Basically, the rich buy assets while the poor buy liabilities. An asset is something that puts money into your bank account, while a liability is something that takes money out of your bank account. A good example of an asset is renting out your house. When you rent out your house, there's a constant flow of income that's going to be coming to you every single month. And with most houses, the value tends to appreciate over the years. While a good example of a liability is buying a car. Buying a car means that you're going to have to pay for things like maintenance, insurance on a consistent basis, and the overall value of that car depreciates as the years go by. The rich acquire assets and then use the income generated from those assets to acquire their liabilities. The reason why 95% of the people never do this is because people lack patience and don't actually understand the whole concept of delayed gratification. Surround yourself with people you want to be like. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with, and if the people in your circle are just negative, toxic, and do not aspire to be great, that is unfortunately going to rub off on you. You want to be around people who inspire you. You want to be around people who want the same things as you. And if possible, you want to be around people who are where you want to be. If that means you need to distance yourself from your current friends, that's okay. If that means you need to make new friends, that's okay, as long as you understand that what you're doing, you are doing it for your own future. In order to become rich, you need to escape the rat race. You need to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Basically, the rat race is this trap that 95% of the population is stuck in, where you go to school, you go to college, you are told you need to get a good job, and then for the rest of your life, you just work to pay bills. Another thing to it is that the more your income increases, the more your expenses increase also. A good example is that when somebody gets a promotion, typically they want a bigger house or a newer car because now they can afford to do so. I see so many people making this mistake, and yet they don't understand that it's the reason why they'll never be rich. Lesson number 6 is that it's all about your mindset. Your mindset will determine how successful you are at anything. In the book, Poor Dad says, "I cannot afford it," while Rich Dad says, "How can I afford it?" And just by asking yourself that question, it opens a world of possibility. Unfortunately, your mindset is based on your upbringing, so how you saw your parents handling money does affect your subconscious beliefs about money. But at the end of the day, it's your job to make sure that you have a rich mindset instead of a poor one. You need to teach yourself about money. In many households, the topic of money is not something that the parents talk about with their kids at the dinner table. Financial education is something that they also don't teach you in school, hence it's your duty to make sure that you educate yourself about money. You can start with simple things like compound interest, how to buy shares or different types of assets, And the beautiful part about this is that all of this information is available online for free. You don't have to pay anything. You need to work to learn and not to earn. So with every job that you apply for, you need to ask yourself, what can you learn from this, or how can you grow from this, and not just look at how much you're being paid. You need to apply for jobs that are going to give you skills that you're going to use in the future in order to start your own business. Lesson number 9 is that to be rich, you must learn how to sell. To know how to sell anything is a very important skill. That could be a product, an idea, or even yourself if you have to. Think of it as, what's the point of having an amazing product that's going to bring a lot of value to people if you can't sell it? And finally, you need to know your finances like the back of your hand. You need to set a monthly budget. You need to know approximately how much you need to spend on something, or how much you already spend on, let's say, groceries or petrol. You cannot just rely on winging it. And also you need to plan what you're gonna do with that money that you have saved up in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can comment down below if you have any questions, queries, or comments. You can subscribe to my channel for more financial tips on how to improve your wealth. And I hope to see you in the next video.